Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. Cardano continues to follow our channel that we identified a few days ago. So it's a highly relevant channel, it's a highly relevant trend line. That at least gives us some orientation in the chart here, because this chart picture is not entirely clear. There is a structure we can identify, but from the low here at 33 cents, while it did move up, it is not a very clear impulse. It's not an ideal wave pattern. I did say that in previous videos, and if I want to count this as an impulsive wave structure, you know, I would have to count this as a 1-2 setup, then here the wave 3, 4 and 5. The wave 5 was very short. It did fulfill the minimum requirements, but it was a bit short, so it's not ideal. Then, yeah, of course, you know, we could say that this here was a wave 2 to the downside then, after we finished a wave 1 here. Then here a wave 2 that bottomed at around 38 cents. The problem I have here is that the wave 3 to the upside was too short. Yeah, so, I mean, yes, we could count it as a 1-2 setup of the wave 3. The problem I always have with that is counting another additional 1-2 setup in a wave 3 is usually unreliable. You normally want the wave 3 to take off, and the this wave 1, if it was one, it was only a 3-wave move. So it's a very, very unreliable pattern. I could count it still as some kind of a diagonal pattern. So I could say this here was a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5 still coming. So that would be my preferred option if we see now this move to the upside, yeah, and if we get to the 46 cent level. So if we do that, I would count all of this as a diagonal. So basically as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In a diagonal pattern, you are allowed to have overlaps between waves 4 and 1. And you can count the subwaves as a 3-wave structure. So I would then count this here as ABC, ABC, ABC. Would have to find a way to count this as a 3-wave move down. And then we would have here something like an ABC to the upside. So this would be the case if we get to the 46 cent level. And the first signal for that would be if we break above what I have labeled here as a wave 2. This was yesterday or the day before, one of our target areas. Yeah, we were down here. I told you with a high likelihood, we're now going to see a bounce from the trend line, which we saw, to the upside into the yellow area and find a reversal here, which we did. But so far we have failed to follow through to the downside. So at the moment we are still in the channel. As long as we're in the channel, we don't really have a reliable breakout signal. So that means we need to wait for the signal. We need to see what is the market doing now. A signal to the upside would indicate that we are pushing to the top of the channel. And a signal for that would be a break above the 41.6 cent level. And if we come down, yeah, I think ADA would need to break below roughly 40 cents or 39.8. to give a signal that we are in this third wave in blue, which would be at the moment still the primary expectation. But of course, you know, as long as we are in the channel, we are holding support. But this would be based on this wave count, the ideal pattern, so that we have here a wave 1, here an A, B, C, and that we're now in the C wave to the downside. That would not be a bearish pattern. It would just allow for short-term downside. And we would suggest that the wave C in that case, yeah, is going to finish at around 37.3 cents or 34.7. They are two key targets here. And ideally what we want to get clarity is that the wave C goes below the low of the wave A, which was here at 37.9 cents. That is just the ideal pattern. I mean, that's what we can do. We can look for ideal wave patterns, right? But at the moment, as you can see, we are still following the channel. So this is where we are at the moment, holding support, staying below most recent resistance. And the market, I think shortly, will have to decide which direction it takes. I mean, you know, in theory, this wave C here could also be finished already, then it would be a so-called running flat pattern. But again, it is one of the most infrequent patterns that you see in Elliott wave. So it would be here the 5-wave move, that is already on the chart as a wave 1, and then indeed here an A, B, C, and that the C wave was already finished. But then I would rather count it as the diagonal that I already indicated to you. And bearish pattern, would be possible, of course, as well. That all of this is just a corrective wave. And if it is a corrective wave, then we would also look at a follow through to the downside. But instead of finding support at either 37.3 or 34.7 cents, we would break through them and address and retest the 33-cent level again. And then I would say the next support is the 30-cent level, which is the 88.7% fib level of the larger ADA cycle. Okay, and that's my update about ADA. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.